that you don't get with anything else.
Well, I brought up Ethereum earlier. You said we can cover that as well.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of guys that are pro Ethereum, and you know they swear by it. Oh, if NFT, you know, most of the purchases, 50% is being done by Ethereum. Ethereum's eventually going to get better than Bitcoin, or you know, Ethereum's going to be right there next to Bitcoin. What are your thoughts on Ethereum?
So first of all, if you look at the crypto ecosystem, there's crypto property, there's cryptocurrencies, there's crypto platforms, and there's crypto securities, and there's even crypto art. And these are just asset classes. Maybe there'll be crypto commodities. NFT is crypto art. It's like art cryptographically protected. Stablecoin is cryptocurrency. $1 or a euro moving on crypto rails. Currency because I can move it as a medium of exchange without paying a tax bill on it. Ethereum's crypto platform, right? People are building other things on that platform, and that's the principal appeal, smart contracts and the fact that you can build something. Bitcoin is crypto property. It is a long-term store of value, and it is the dominant crypto property. And the way it establishes itself as crypto property is through Nakamoto consensus and proof of work. You have a decentralized mining network that is encrypting energy with the SHA-256 hash function in order to create this wall of encrypted energy and make it resistant to denial of service attacks, other sorts of attacks. It needs to be robust and have integrity over time and space. And that's the technique that we've developed. Now here's the big idea, an important idea. Most people don't understand securities law. Okay, Bitcoin's the only proven digital property that we have created in the world. We have created a property and not a security. The definition of property is a common commodity that is beyond the control of any one individual or corporation. If something is deemed property in a legal sense, it means it wouldn't be regulated as a security by the SEC. Gold is property. Soybeans are property. Wood, lumber, land is property. Bitcoin is property. Okay?
Did the SEC come out and officially state that it's not a security, it is officially a property?
It's understood that Bitcoin is not regulated by the SEC. Bitcoin is property. It's the only thing we all agree on in the crypto marketplace, that Bitcoin is property. Securities are regulated by the SEC, and you can create a security. MicroStrategy, MSTR, is a security. Go read my 10K statement. It's 123 pages of disclosures that are legally required for that stock to trade, that security to trade. It costs $20 million a year for us to maintain all the disclosures to be compliant with securities law. If you're a security, it's a different thing. Bitcoin is property. Ethereum, everything else in the crypto ecosystem, likely they're all securities. Right? Why are they securities? They're controlled by groups of developers. They're issued pursuant to ICOs, initial coin offerings. That makes them security. If there's a pre-mine and there was a group of individuals that initially control the thing, it makes it security. If if anyone can exercise undue influence, it becomes a security. And technically, if you look at the definition, it's when you're making an investment of money, relying upon the efforts of others and expectation of profit, it becomes an investment contract, a security. Okay. The fundamental difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum is Ethereum's monetary policy changes every 6 months. Every few months it changes. There's a difficulty bomb in Ethereum that's been getting pushed back since 2016. They keep pushing it back. When it goes off, it will wipe out, obliterate a $50 billion Ethereum mining industry. Just wipe it out, completely change the protocol, flip everything to proof of stake. They keep putting it off. Okay, that sounds like a group of people exercising influence over the protocol. The thing you need to know about Bitcoin is on Pizza Day, May 22nd, 2010, Bitcoin was trading for a couple of pennies for the first time in 15 months or something like that. The protocol hadn't changed and has not changed. When it was a penny, the protocols were all the same. Today, they're the same exact protocol. There was a war fought over this, the block size war. And the block size war, all of the powerful holders and miners and exchanges wanted to change the protocol and double the block size. It would have changed all the economics of Bitcoin forever, for the next 1,000 years. It would have screwed up the economics of the miners. It would have shifted the balance of power in favor of some holders versus others. That war was lost. The original Bitcoin protocol continued on, and that means it's an unadulterated protocol, and it's shown itself to be resistant to the influence of any group of people. That's what makes it property. Property is critical because if property makes Bitcoin, being property makes it the ethical foundation of the crypto economy. And by ethical foundation, I mean it's unethical for a public figure to endorse a security. If you're the mayor of a city, the governor of a state, if you're a politician, a congressman, a senator, a president of a nation, you can't endorse a security, nor can you make a security underpinning of the balance sheet of a public organization, right? It's like I couldn't say I really think that every citizen of Kansas City should buy Twitter stock because it's a better store of value. It's a conflict of interest. It's probably illegal, right? Probably violates all sorts of Foreign Corrupt Practices Acts, as well as all the ethics laws. And so this is a very bright line, property versus security. And as soon as you start to exercise influence over the protocol, it becomes a security. If you look at all the cryptos, there might be a dozen that you could debate are property, a debate. Of the ones that you could debate are property, there's one that's dominant, which is Bitcoin. There's 17,000 securities. As the SEC and the regulators move, there's going to be a massive shakeout. If they ever do clarify what the securities laws are, there's a whole set of disclosures and obligations, and then you're going to see the entire industry rationalize in a big way.
What happens if they do categorize Bitcoin as a security?
Well, Bitcoin's not a security, right? We've already crossed that chasm. The real question you should be asking yourself is what happens if they categorize Ethereum and every other crypto as a security?
But you're underestimating the power of politicians to screw things up. You're underestimating the power of them not liking a person like you to get up and say whatever you want to say, and you offend them. You offend politicians. People who are. Yeah, I've just read an article right now from Politico. Can you pull up the Politico article? It's just the way they write it.
But the real point here is there's 17,000 cryptos, and all the rest are much more centralized. So
yeah, but they know the most powerful one is the one that you're supporting.
And the reason it's powerful is because it's completely decentralized, and no one nation state can shut it down. Not even all of them can shut it down even if they wanted to.
So these sweet, amazing, nice, kind, supportive people who love independent thinkers like you, politicians, you don't think behind closed doors they're sitting there trying to figure out a way to regulate or get their hands on Bitcoin because they're starting to lose a little control with the Bitcoin community? Because the Bitcoin community, essentially the crypto community, let's just say Bitcoin one side and the crypto community. I said this the other day, I think it's becoming a political party. I think the crypto community is becoming a political party. And
First of all, there's like 250 million people that are pro Bitcoin right now, and this is spreading at millions per week. So you can't find any large constituency that's anti, right? It's a virus that's spreading, right? You're not going to get any votes by being against Bitcoin, right? There is no constituency that is anti-Bitcoin. Second, regulation's not bad. Right? Sometimes people say, oh, they're going to regulate it as bad. No, the truth of the matter is the faster the regulation comes, the faster the 17,000 other cryptos get sorted into their buckets as securities, platforms, art, etc. And that will actually shake out a lot of the noise in the system, result in a lot of capital focusing upon the winner, which is Bitcoin. And it'll also accelerate the entry of institutional capital into the space because there's $100 trillion worth of money that's not in the crypto space that's afraid to come into the space because they're not sure about the definitions between the securities, the
I agree.
platforms,
And that's a
the
valid
art, and the
concern.
property.
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
So in fact, the regulation probably would be the best thing that ever happened.
I've seen you say that, yeah.
to
Can I read a
Bitcoin.
quote that you've
Yeah.
actually said?
Yeah.
It's on page 4. Bitcoin evangelist Michael Saylor says clear crypto regulations would speed institutional adoption, says CNBC story. Tighter government crypto regulations would actually be a positive catalyst for Bitcoin, MicroStrategy co-founder Michael Saylor says. Additional regulatory
Depends on what the regulation is.
Well, yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify. It says additional regulatory clarity from the Biden administration is going to benefit Bitcoin and accelerate institutional adoption of that asset. Stressing a major Bitcoin believer and holder, he's looking for clear, bright line definitions of a digital property versus a digital security versus a digital currency and the operating rules of the digital exchange.